from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning, April 19th, 2022, and counting. And my name is Bob Plass. I am here with my temporary, permanent substitute, personal assistant, Rick Barry. And hello, Rick.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We'll just call him the dude.
Yeah. That voice right there is the illustrious Peter Coles.
Bob doesn't go on Facebook, Rick.
Oh my God! Well, you know what? I was celebrating Easter, Passover, and Ramadan this weekend.
Bob,
and springtime.
I posted this on Wednesday.
Oh my God! How did I?
I must have fallen off of Bob's Facebook feed.
Oh my God! Yeah, no. You got to be there. But you know, I have 1,600 very close friends on Facebook.
Me too, Bob. You're always
close friends.
Yeah, close. They're all so close.
Appear on my feed.
Yeah. So consequently, oh my God, Peter, I heard you had some kind of terrible thing.
So Bob, yesterday, last Wednesday, Kenny was going to cover a meeting for me at Franklin Avenue for the school building committee in person.
Yes.
And I had 2 Zoom meetings that I had to cover, governmental Zoom meetings. So I went home as normal. I went home to take a quick nap in the middle of the day to kind of, get me through the day. I was fine going into the nap. I woke up with the chills, and I was like, that's interesting.
Oh, my word.
I woke up with the chills, and then by the time I came down here and got equipment to Kenny, they were the shivers. And it was, and when I got outside of my car, I started shivering. So the car was hot, and that was it. So I'm running a temperature, and it's spiking. So went home. I'm like, all right, well, I'll go home and see if I can get through the Zoom meetings, and then I'll go to the hospital.
Oh, please don't tell me you put Zoom before your life.
No. So I started shivering very violently when I got into the house. Took my temperature. It was 101.5.
Oh man.
So instead of giving call letters for that station, I went to the emergency room and I brought my tablet with me and phone chargers and stuff because I knew I was going to get admitted. I've had cellulitis before, and those were the signs of it. My leg was getting sore, and so I get admitted.
Wow. Cellulitis. No,
it's a skin infection.
It's a skin infection.
Yes.
And is it only?
It can be different causes for the skin infection.
Oh, I got it.
So I've had this now 3 or 4 times in the past 20 years.
I remember once you had it, years back, during the last 7 years.
2019.
Yeah.
2019 I had it.
Yeah.
But the first 2 times I had it was tinea, which is athlete's foot fungus, caused the infection. Somehow got in underneath the skin.
Oh my God!
And caused the inflammation.
Yeah.
The last time it was streptococcal bacteria, which lives everywhere, and somehow found its way inside and got happy in there. This time it was also streptococcal bacteria. But after the first set of blood cultures, they took so many vials of blood out of me, Bob, it wasn't even funny.
Oh, my God.
After the first set of cultures, they had, the doctor tells me on Saturday, Now this I've been in for 3 days.
Yeah.
Doc tells me on Saturday, oh yeah, by the way, you also got a blood infection, septosis or something. Septosis.
Sepsis?
Not sepsis. Sepsis is different. Sepsis is the result of not catching septosis or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Too early. And what the problem with sepsis is it's not the bacteria itself, it's the toxins they produce as waste. Which starts affecting your organs. That causes sepsis. I read a lot about this, Bob.
I know.
I had time.
Yeah, I bet.
I had time.
God, I could have been right by your side reading it to you.
Caught up on my TV watching, did some work. Yeah.
Oh,
I helped,
my.
Thursday, I helped Curtis in here do Tiger Talk and Superintendent Spotlight from my bed.
Right.
And then I helped Kenny with Arts Beat on Friday.
Honest to God. See, he's a mobile electrical whiz, Rick.
Yeah,
Yes.
Did you visit him in the hospital? Did you know that he was there?
Yes, I did know he was in the hospital. Yes.
Oh, God. See, I missed the opportunity for flowers and for me to come in and sing you happy songs.
Could have visited with my mom when she came in a couple of times.
Oh, man. And it was right up the street. You were right up the street?
Yeah, it was at Noble.
Oh, gosh. Oh, God.
No worries, Bob. Bob, don't beat yourself up over it.
Oh, I won't. I'm not beating
the fact that,
yeah.
one of your bestest acquaintances was in the hospital,
Yeah. Honest
I'm
to
going to milk
God.
this for all it's worth through.
Well, all right. Fake.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing.
No. Hey, so you have a port in your arm.
Yeah,
now.
it's called a PICC line, PICC.
And what is that about?
That's to continue. So the story goes that they took a second set of blood cultures on Friday.
Yeah.
And both of them came back negative. But the infectious disease people said, well, my doctor was going to send me home with oral antibiotics to knock the rest of it out.
Sure.
The infectious disease people are like, no, the standard of care is that he needs a IV port and he needs intravenous antibiotics for the next 14 days.
Oh, God help me.
So now I have to have a visiting nurse come, but the port is, I don't know, it's sore.
Well, it looks it. My God. Holy mother, when I saw that.
It's been oozing a little bit, so I don't know what's going on with it.
God. Now, is the visiting nurse coming here to visit you?
No, I'm going to go home like around noon and to wait for her to show up.
Oh,
because I mean,
Peter.
I could do the rest of my work today from home. So
yeah. How do you avoid streptococci? Is that how you say it?
Streptococcus?
Yeah. Well,
Streptococci
streptococci would be. Wouldn't that be the plural of streptococcus?
Bob, just go strep bacteria.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay. Strep bacteria.
Actually, it's everywhere. But if you give it a way in, like dry skin or a cut or something like that, it can take advantage of that.
Man, I once had a bartender's finger. My what do you call that? My ring finger right here. What's this finger here called?
Calluses, you mean?
No, it's like a ring finger on the wrong hand.
I think it's still called the ring finger.
Maybe you know this. A bartender's finger. If somebody hasn't, you know how you soak the glasses in the water. You have a thing there that you rinse the glass and then you put an antibiotic or something to in the water. And so I was working on the Andrew Fletcher, that boat that used to go around New York City from South Street Seaport.
Yeah.
So I was bartending there, and I apparently the guy didn't change the water, and every time I put a glass in, it was like dirty water.
Yeah.
And so my finger swelled up because it's called bartender's finger because I had a cuticle cut or something. Yeah. And
never heard
streptococci got in there. You never heard of
No,
bartender's
I've never
finger?
heard it called bartender's finger, no.
Oh, my God, it was something else. And in fact, my nail kind of listen to me. First, Peter, you're in this life-threatening thing, and I'm talking about my bartender's
That's
finger.
fine, Bob.
No, it isn't. Honest to God, people are saying, doesn't he have a heart?
Well, yeah, there's that.
There is that. No, but
Bob, that's fine. I don't mind listening to a story.
Oh, so yeah. So at any rate, my the bartender's finger is. I wonder if there are any bartenders out there that ever got this. And it's so strange that it was my my ring finger on my right hand. Would that be the ring finger in Europe? Do they wear the ring on the right hand in Europe?
I think it's still called the ring finger, no matter what what hand it is.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Oh, it's the
Yes.
ring finger, no matter what
Yes.
hand it is. Oh, now I'm feeling better. I don't know why, but
Oh, good Lord.
oh God. So guess what happened on the way in today down on Greylock Street?
What happened?
I almost hit the Easter bunny. Honest to God.
There's a bunny running
There was
around?
a bunny rabbit with a little white tail hippity hopping all along its way, and I had to swerve to avoid. I would have had, such guilt.
And you didn't spill your coffee? That's pretty good.
I didn't. I was very good. Yeah.
Save the coffee. The heck with the bunny.
We could have had venison. No, what do you call it when rabbit is Hassenpfeffer?
Hassenpfeffer.
It's delicious, isn't it?
I don't know.
You never had it?
No.
Oh, German. They have it down at the German restaurant, the Student Prince. Good eating, Hassenpfeffer.
Is it?
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah. What did you have
does
for?
it taste like chicken?
Yeah. No, it didn't. It tasted like rabbit. Well, a little with a hint of chicken.
With a hint of chicken?
Yeah. What did you have for Easter dinner?
Fried pickles and pizza.
Really? Where'd you go for
Fried
Easter?
pickles and pizza.
Yes. Oh, me and
Wait, you were going to a ball
me
game.
and Michelle were at the Red Sox game on Easter Sunday. So, and we ate at a place just outside the park called Dillon's.
Yeah.
It's I believe it's an old police station that's next to one of the fire stations right outside of Fenway.
Uh-huh.
So,
You had pizza and fried dill.
yeah, and fried pickles.
Fried dill pickles? Or
Yes, fried dill pickles.
Big,
yes.
big.
No, the little chips.
The little gherkin-like, yeah. Slice.
Oh, the chips, yeah.
Slice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah, it was good. We hung out in Boston for the day. We went down and walked around. We crossed the marathon finish line, so...
Like you were in them. Now you're going to
Yes,
say that you
yeah.
cried.
I crossed the finish line.
Who won the marathon yesterday? I'm so out of touch. I didn't know Peter was in the hospital. I don't know who won the marathon.
Nice.
Good attempted recovery, Bob.
Yeah.
It was a Kenyan. I forget. It was just over 2 hours.
Oh, huh. 2 hours.
Yeah, 26 miles in 2 hours.
Are there still people running it
I
right
don't-
now? Do you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
think.
I think they cut it off after a certain point.
Oh, do they?
I don't think Sunday on the drive down there we did 2 miles and 26 miles in 2 hours. When we got into Boston.
Oh man. Where'd you? Was it just a day trip, or did you stay overnight?
Just a day trip.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Just down.
Yeah.
We went down, walked around the running expo and the fan. They had like a fan fest outside.
Did the wedding expo give Michelle any ideas?
It was the running expo, not the.
Oh, the wedding. I thought you said the wedding expo. The running expo. What's that about? Oh, it's about the marathon.
Yeah, it was all
Lots
about
of
the marathon
sneakers
stuff.
and
yeah,
that kind of
sneakers
stuff.
and yeah, all this energy food and energy stuff.
Anything that you want to report on as my reporter in the field?
Not really, but it
No.
was. There was. You know what? I'll tell you. It was one of the first times that I have actually walked that end of Newberry Street. Down the far end. Usually, I'll take Newberry Street around, the Fenway area, but
Right. I know Newberry
never down
there.
towards the finish line. And I forget what the name of that church is that's down there.
Yeah.
Really old.
Old
church.
Second Church.
It could be. Actually,
I
it might be.
made
It might
that
be.
up.
It
Old
might
Second
be
Church.
the second church, but down in that area. But some beautiful shops and restaurants and stuff down in that area.
Yeah.
More
galleries. Newberry Street used to be art galleries.
There are
At least
some.
yeah.
There are some. Yeah.
Now, Peter, what did they serve in the fabulous Nobel Hospital restaurant?
For Easter dinner, I
Yeah.
believe I had a choice of a sandwich and soup or chicken marsala, which was that's what I got,
The chicken marsala.
and a vegetable squash medley.
Wow. Well, I tried.
I tried to get smuggled in ham, but they
Yeah,
I
they wouldn't allow.
Well, they probably couldn't have stopped it, but
Yeah.
I couldn't get the job across the finish line.
Hey, are they allowing more than one visitor at a time at the hospital
two.
now? Two visitors. Okay, good. So Michelle, no, Katie, no. Who's
Christy.
Christy? Yeah. I gotta keep it. You gotta keep it short. You gotta keep it short.
Been the same one for 2 years.
I
Bob.
know. Well, that's true, but I've known you for a little longer than 2 years. So, I
get me in trouble,
I
Bob.
cooked. Huh? Pardon?
Don't get me in trouble.
Oh no, no. Listen, Christy, he's as clean as the driven snow, whatever that means.
Okay.
The snow dry. What does that mean? Driven's clear as the driven snow. What is driven snow? I'm asking you. You're my personal assistant.
I don't know. Who was the famous person who said it?
I don't know. Was it Mae West? I don't know. Clean as the driven snow. Because to me, if snow is driven,
Isn't it pure as the driven snow?
Oh, is it pure as the driven snow? Yeah, you're right. But snow is still driven. It must be the. Could it mean that it was plowed snow that had been driven?
I don't know.
I think it's just as
Driven snow is snow that has been blown into drifts and is untrodden and clean.
There we are. So
as pure as the driven snow.
Yeah, there we are. And it is snowing today in Albany, incidentally.
Is
everyone. It? Yeah. I just heard it on the radio. We thought it was over. I decided I'm wearing my snowflake socks today. I got the old my 40-year-old sweater out that I wear in the winter. The turtleneck to hide my waddle. I was on with Patrick Berry yesterday on Mass Appeal on the TV show.
Yep.
We had a great time. Incidentally,
Are you applying to be co-host?
Oh no, that's the big news, though. Yeah,
Did they hire somebody?
I sat there very quietly about that. Yeah.
Yeah, Alana went to the news side.
Alana's going to the news side. Alana Flood is going to be the weekend head newscaster, whatever that is, and then she's anchor. And then she's going to do Wednesday through Friday as a reporter out on the field, which I'm surprised at. She's a wonderful woman, and the new person is somebody who was from East Long Meadow, and was the anchor up in of the news up in Maine someplace, Bangor, Maine, and I know her first name. That's all I know. And I don't know if they've announced it. Have they announced it that Alana's leaving?
I haven't. Well, Alana, they announced Alana left. Yeah.
Oh, they did. Okay, so Alana is replacement is going to be a woman named Kayla. You know any Kaylas?
No, I do not.
No, I was trying to
There
rack
used to
my
be a
brain.
Kayla that worked for Channel 40 that might have left and gone.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah. Well, she's coming in a couple of weeks, so let's be looking for it. But Patrick is God. He's driven like the snow, but he's also pure. He's got every.
No, he's not.
I mean, he's doing every segment. You know, what was that?
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's not pure.
He's not pure.
He might be
Patrick,
now.
if
He
you're
might
listening.
be now.
Yeah,
It might
yeah.
be driven snow, but
Oh.
somebody left him in a drift somewhere.
Oh, that's what Mae West said. I was pure as the driven snow, and then I drifted.
And then I drifted.
That was her phrase. At any rate, well, look at 6:18 in the morning, everyone.
That's okay. You gave me plenty of time to get something fixed.
Oh, good. Hey, Peter. You might share your screen there and tell me what my first song.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
There should be printouts for you in the the green room.
I'll get it. Thank you, Peter. 1945, 77 years ago today, Carousel opened on Broadway. Can you name a song from Carousel, Personal Assistant? Name one song from Carousel. The Rodgers and Hammerstein.
The Carousel Waltz?
Yes, of course.
Oh, see, you put me in a spot like that.
It was
I'm
right
pulling
there.
the one right here in front
All
of
right,
me.
here, yeah.
No, I wasn't.
I'll give you the second line of the song.
I wasn't born in 1945.
No, but the Carousel has been done to death, I might add.
No, actually, not one I'm familiar with.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I'll give you the
Right.
second line. You tell me the song. Hold your head up high. And don't be afraid of the storm.
Nope.
At the end of the something is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the rain, walk on through the dark, though you'll never.
Nope.
Peter, any clue?
Ever be alone? I don't know.
You'll never be alone. You'll never walk alone.
You'll never walk.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high. You know that song?
No, I do not.
I am blown away that you guys don't know that. It's the anthem. That's what Jerry Lewis sang at the end of every telethon. Every MDA telethon.
I just worked those. I didn't listen to them.
Yeah, I did too. I don't think I ever made the.
You never made it to the end.
I never made it to the end.
I worked them for Channel 40, a couple of them.
Oh yeah, he sang that song pretty much off pitch. Every end at the end of the "You'll Never Walk Alone."
Yeah, but Jerry
All right,
Lewis
here's
sang
one
that
other.
tune?
Yeah.
Really?
Here's the other big. Oh yeah.
Did he ever sing on tune?
He tried.
excuse me,
Rockabye My Baby. Maybe.
He tried, yes.
He tried, but not really. Dean was the one that
Yes.
sang on tune a lot. So here's the second line of another song from Carousel. Time and again I would try to say all I wanted to know.
No.
I'll sing it. Time and again I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If
Yeah. You've got me.
I what?
You got me. I don't know.
If I loved you. If I loved you
Yeah,
time and again. No.
I'm not familiar with the.
Well,
with
you've
the,
really
with
proven
the Broadway
this.
show. Yeah.
Yeah, really. Well, yeah. Did you ever? The movie is with Gordon McRae and Shirley MacLaine. And interestingly enough, folks, here's a little fact. If you're a Broadway person, Frank Sinatra was going to play Billy Bigelow, this big blustery carnival barker in Maine. He was going to play a big blustery carnival barker in Maine who jilts a girl, gets her pregnant, and leaves. I know it sounds like a morbid musical, but basically that's true. And then she brings the girl up, and at the end because they needed it to be a happy musical, he reunites with the girl at her graduation. He gets to go back to Earth for one day to change something. All right, got it?
Okay.
Doesn't that sound interesting to you?
Yes, it actually it kind of does. It
does.
sounds
Yeah,
just like
and he's a carnival barker. And so Frank Sinatra was going to play the thing in the movie version. He went to the set for the first day of shooting, and it was CinemaScope. Okay, it was going to be CinemaScope, but they had a new version of CinemaScope called CinemaScope 56. I guess it was 1956 when they were doing this. I don't know. Maybe it was. So he got there, and they had two cameras. All right. Now, when you do a film, usually there's only one camera, and they change the camera.
Yeah.
And they shoot from different angles and stuff. He said, "What's this two camera things?" He said, "Well," the guy said, "Well, we're going to do two versions. We're going to do one in CinemaScope and one in CinemaScope 56." He said, "You know that I only do one take of every scene. I'm good on one take. I don't like this. I'm leaving." And he left, and that was the end of that. And they hired Gordon McRae. And that's the rest of the story. Is that what they say?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And no.
Now that's the
rest
introduction to.
of the
I'm
story.
going to play Carousel Waltz is the most recognizable tune for one of the best classical sort of pieces that Richard Rodgers wrote that you'll hear symphony orchestras play all the time. So I'm going to play. It goes on for 7 minutes. We're not doing that. We're going to play just like 2 minutes of it. And this is John Wilson, who does the original orchestrations. John Wilson and his orchestra, the Carousel Waltz, always reminds me of spring for some reason, even though today is like happy winter.
Happy cold and dreary
Happy
day.
cold, dreary, and Although the sun's going to come out tomorrow. No, later on today, believe it or not.
Is it?
Yeah. If I loved you time and again, I would try to say all I want you to know, Rick. But I don't, so I'm going to play Carousel Waltz. Hit it, Peter.
Now you know the rest of the story.
Support for community radio on WSKB provided by Westfield Electroplating. Employing over 140 skilled platers, painters, and technicians, Westfield Electroplating was founded in 1946 and was the first company in the country to achieve National Aerospace and Defense Contractor Program accreditation, proudly maintaining that status for over a decade. Westfield Electroplating provides over 50 quality finishes to meet your corrosion, cosmetic, or performance needs. On the web at www.westfieldplating.com or 413-568-3716. Westfield Electroplating, putting the finishing touches on technology.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for ArtsBeat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning, April 19th, 2022. Hey, everybody, it's John Parker Day. We just learned all about it. I said, John Parker Day. Who the heck is John Parker? Rick Barry, please tell Bob Plass who John Parker is.
John Parker was an American abolitionist, inventor, iron molder, and industrialist. Parker, who was an African-American, helped hundreds of slaves to freedom in the Underground Railroad resistance movement.
Oh, okay. He was an African-American as well.
Based in Ripley, Ohio.
Uh-huh.
He saved and rescued fugitive slaves for nearly 15 years.
Whoa.
So, and he was an inventor. He invented the tobacco press and harrow, which is a pulverizer to chop up the tobacco, the dried tobacco.
Oh, interesting, huh?
So, and it was patented in 1884 and 1885. He died on February 4th in the year 1900.
Well, he must have made a lot of money on that.
I doubt that he personally made a lot of money on it.
Yeah. Well, tobacco press is used by. Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
John Parker. Happy John Parker Day. I wonder where they celebrate it.
Yeah. Well, he died in Ripley, Ohio, which he seemed to be fun, but he was born in Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk,
Virginia. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe Virginians and Ohioans are celebrating John Parker Day.
It could be.
Yeah.
Could be a possibility. You know, I mean, we get people who are great like that in our history that people don't know a lot about.
Have no idea. Yeah. But you were able to just say that right out. You must have remembered that from school.
What about John Parker?
Yeah.
Well, no.
I don't.
When I asked which John Parker it was, I didn't know whether it was. I knew that there was an abolitionist, a black abolitionist from the Revolutionary War named John Parker.
See, I had no idea. I had John Brown, I would have said.
Right. I didn't realize that he was an inventor.
Yeah.
Also, and I didn't.
Of something we never heard of, Harrow.
Right.
Have you ever had a batch of Harrow?
No, it's not a batch of Harrow. It's Harrow. It's a machine.
Oh, it's a machine.
It pulverizes the tobacco.
Is this the machine that goes like in a circle?
I don't know. I've never seen one, but
Harrow. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what they called it.
Interesting. Well, folks, I've had this subject on my riff page, my notes, for weeks and weeks, and I'm going to get rid of it because I'm tired of writing it. I am hooked on Wordle. I've been hooked on it for 88 days, and I wondered, and you don't have...
It's pronounced Wordle?
Wordle.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
I would say Wordly.
Jessica is Jessica Parker, I was going to say. Who is Jessica Parker?
Jessica Parker? I
don't know. I think there's a
Jessica
Parker in my life. Jessica, come right in if you want to sit down in here or out there. Jessica Martin is coming on, everybody. We need a breath of fresh air in here. Already? Yeah. Already. Because I was asking, let's... What does that mean?
I don't know. I posted that I was... the news of my demise is greatly exaggerated. How's that?
Yes.
Oh, is that? Oh, somebody said that.
I know there's some people that probably like to see me gone.
Oh man. Well, listen. Jessica Martin is not one of them. Jessica, hi.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss
So
Martin.
glad
How
to
are you?
see you.
Good to see
Yeah.
you guys.
What do you got there on your T-shirt? It says it's such a.
It's such a good feeling.
Who's that?
Mr.
Look at it's
Such a
it's the
good
neighborhood guy.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr.
The
Rogers.
neighborhood guy, Bob.
The neighborhood guy.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't
know.
you like to be my
I'm still on
neighbor?
John Parker. Do you know who John Parker is? It's John Parker Day.
John Parker's an abolitionist.
Listen to her. She was listening. Who says we don't have?
I can't just know.
Yeah. Who says we don't have listeners?
She knows.
She knows.
You might want to square up on that mic,
Thanks
Jessica.
to Rick, I was listening on the way in the car, and
Yeah.
that is how I know.
Yeah. All right. So,
Jessica, put that microphone right
yeah.
in front of you.
All right.
Because you're way off.
there we go. Jess.
Playful.
How about now?
All right.
perfect.
Yeah. Now, if you walk through a storm with your head held high, and don't be afraid of the storm. That's a line from a storm. When you walk through a storm, keep your head up high.
You get rained on.
Are you telling me this?
No,
or
I'm
asking me?
asking you this.
You get rained on.
Please repeat the question.
Is that a Lady Gaga song?
When you
Let the rain fall on me?
It's obviously from the
storm.
Broadway musical
Yeah.
Carousel.
Oh,
I was actually.
we're going. Let's just move on. We'll
I was
just
feeling-
move on, and I'll just go back to my room and put Oklahoma on.
I was feeling
Be happy.
uncomfortable on Rick's behalf on my way in because you do that to me so often too, and you're like, "What do you mean you don't know this?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, Bob. The
Yeah, but-
Broadway musicals are just not my genre."
I know.
Quiz me on Hamilton all day long. That's the one I know.
All right.
That's-
I know some of them,
but
but
that's it.
No, he didn't know.
Carousel,
Rick,
1945. I was, I think even my parents were like 4 years old.
I was not born.
Stop
I
bobbing
was
his tracks.
born 3 months later or something. I don't know. August, September. What day? April, May, June, July, August. 6 months later or something. Hey, so I mentioned the game Wordle.
I've heard of this.
You have not
I'm
played
trying
it
to
as well.
avoid it.
No.
The
Yeah,
three
that's
of
the
you
thing.
have not played Wordle.
Funny enough, Sean and I just had a conversation. We were with my 15-year-old niece, and she mentioned Wordle. And like 2 days before, one of his aunts in her 60s had also mentioned Wordle and like how we should all play. So we had a 15-year-old and a 62-year-old both tell us we got to be on Wordle. And Sean said we absolutely do not have to be on Wordle.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Listen, it only takes like 2 minutes of your life every day, and it really gives you something to look forward to. For me, it's sort of like, oh my God, I haven't played Wordle, and it keeps your statistics. You're playing, for me, I'm playing against myself.
Okay.
You know, you have 6.
You're your own worst enemy, Bob. You know?
I am. I know it. And luckily, you know what my score is? 99%. No, my score is always going to be 99%. You know why? That means that I got 99% of them right. It's because when I first learned the game, there is the colors of it's 5-letter words, and you put the letters in any 5-letter word at the top in the first try, and it will tell you whether the word, if it's not in the word, the letter is gray. If it's in the word, but it's in the wrong place, the letter is gold. If it's in the right place and the right letter, it's in green.
Okay.
Well, I thought gold is worse than green, or better than green. So I played the game in the wrong
Going
way
for
the
the
first
gold.
time and couldn't
Got it.
get it.
Got it.
Totally. So I will forever be 99%.
You'll never be able to overcome that error.
And you have 6 tries to get it. So I will be
and it's only a 5-letter. And it's only a 5-letter
word.
And
Yeah,
just
it's
one
six
word per
tries.
day?
There's a joke there somewhere.
What?
1 word per day? That's all?
1 word per day.
Okay.
And they can be yesterday's word. I'll tell everybody what yesterday's word was. Flair, F-L-A-I-R. Okay.
Got it.
You also see the letters that you've used. I mean, when you play it, you see the letters that you've used, so you are then able to guess the words. Now it's amazing. James gets this a lot in 3. It takes me 4 tries to get it. Can you imagine about all the words in the English language, and you can get it in 4, or you can get it in 3? 2 is a guess, really, basically, and 1, it's a miracle. Okay. I got it in 2 twice, maybe, and 3 times. I don't know. But so I thought I'd play a song by Taj Mahal and Ry Cooder. Do you know Ry Cooder?
Ry Cooder, guitar player.
Oh, good. She's on to me. Yeah. Taj Mahal from Springfield, Massachusetts. Great legend. He and Ry Cooder have a new album out. It's called Get On Board, and I'm going to play Hooray, Hooray. It's from the new album, Taj Mahal, and it's really great. So I'm going to get on Wordle. You go to Wordle. In order to get on Wordle, and it's free. Wordle New York Times. You have to download it. So if you put in your Google.
You have to download an app.
Yeah. Wordle Google Time. No, or maybe you don't.
Too much of my time, Bob.
Yeah. All right, so
they
I'm going to
so
do
they
it,
can track you.
and I'll show you. I'm going to do it while we're playing this song. See if I can get it free. All right, wait a minute. All right, so.
tell me what you wanna do. I don't care if it hurts, I'm leaving it up to you. That's when I said hooray, hooray, the women is killing me. I said hooray, hooray, the women is killing me. If you don't believe it, just wait right here and see.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join us the third Wednesday of every month with Selectman Joe Didi and his take on everything Southwick.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Well, everyone, it's
Caught
Tuesday.
you with your pants down.
Well, it's Tuesday. The two chillins here. All right.
Chillins?
Children's.
What the
The kids
hell is
here are playing Wordle, and how is it so far?
I'm hooked.
Yeah, it's too early in the morning. For
It's
this.
really, yeah. Well,
I haven't finished my first cup of coffee.
you actually you guessed a word that has 2 letters in it. We're not going to tell anybody because there are people out there that play Wordle. Okay, and
Oh, everyone gets the same puzzle every day.
everyone, and you're competing with the whole world.
Hey,
You
Bob.
could share it with folks. Yeah.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Oh, you know how much
A lot of
money this
people.
guy made? He invented this. It's the most popular game in America, right?
I'll stick with my my trivia of the day.
All you do is
I'll wait for the next fad.
All right, yeah. Well, I played 81 games.
I might start.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. You go to Wordle, New York Times doesn't cost you anything. You didn't even have to sign up, and it came up, right?
Right.
So
Right.
there you are.
You don't even have to download an app. It just comes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can play right on the web.
Yeah, you can play right on, and then it will show you if you finally, when you get to win or lose, it will start your statistics, and it will save your statistics if you download it. So then you'll
That's
know.
how they keep you coming back.
Oh yeah,
You got to keep your streak alive.
it's exactly right, and it's become like flossing my teeth. It's the other night it was like 11:40 at night. It was getting on toward midnight.
You're like, I gotta get my.
Oh my God, I didn't do Wordle. I had only 20 minutes because they changed it at midnight. Okay.
Hilarious.
So at any rate, and then people complain because if the word is like a couple of weeks ago, the word was nymph, NYMPH. All right, you don't.
That's a tough one.
That's a really tough one because it doesn't seem to have a vowel in it. You know. Yeah. So that's my. All right, Wordle. We've covered that. I don't have to talk about it until you get hooked. Until you come on and you get hooked, right?
I'll share
I
my
think this
messages.
guy, man, get Michelle hooked on it and see.
Yeah.
See. No.
Bob, you gotten the high score.
The high score. That's exactly right.
If I can do it on my computer, I will do it. But I am looking for
Yeah, you
less
can.
things to do on my phone. So
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah. No, so Google, you can do it on your computer. Yeah. Take a break, and you're going to feel out of all of the words in the English language, you're going to find it within 2 or 3 or 4, maybe 5 tries, most of the time.
I like it.
All right, it's really, and it will give you such a powerful feeling. You'll be able to go out and sell houses. Jessica Martin Realty is Jessica Martin.
Thank you. That was a great segue.
Great segue. I'm really right on top of it this morning. Yeah.
It gave me a headache.
Yeah.
Looking at that.
Oh, huh?
It gave me a headache.
Rick's getting
looking
rid
at
of it.
that.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
looking
he
at
got
this
rid of it.
anymore.
Okay. All right.
Thinking about all these letters.
I'm going to have to start with the word party when I go home today, not because of you.
Yes.
All right. So look, we've got lots happening this week, everyone. If you're looking for something to do at the Westfield Creative Arts Center tomorrow, you've got, and if you've got grandchildren or children, and you're looking for something to great fun, we're having tea with the Warrior Princess tomorrow. You know who the Warrior Princess is?
Don't know who the
Can you
warrior
name
princess is.
Disney Warrior Princess?
Mulan?
Mulan, I thought of.
Mulan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's one more. It's
I was thinking of Antonio Lafaso.
Who is the warrior
Antonio
princess?
Mufaso.
Lafaso.
Is that Bruno?
No.
No, because we don't talk about Bruno.
Antonio Lafaso. She's called the Warrior Princess. She's a chef.
Oh, no. These are princesses, Disney cartoons.
She's pretty pretty.
Princesses, or like them. They're not actually them, but they're like them. This is a new cartoon. You fill in the blank. Blank and the Last Dragon.
Oh.
I don't have kids, Bob.
Yeah,
This,
same.
that was his latest cartoon. Raya and the R-A-Y looks like Raya, but it's Raya and the Last Dragon.
Raya.
And it and the Last Dragon, it's the funniest guy. Oh my God! I don't know who's the voiceover, but it's Sisu is the dragon, and Raya and Sisu have to find the places, 4 pieces to this diamond which rules the empire, and she has to get her father, who's been turned into stone, unturned. Okay. And but tomorrow, the real a great friend of Raya who looks just like Raya is coming to have a party with children, and to teach them all about difference and learning and learning from others who may be different from you. And the Cindy Miller, her name is. She's from the Something Royal Party Company, and she is of Cambodian descent. And she is a great friend of Raya, and she is in costume, and she's coming, and there's going to be cupcakes and cookies and community at 11 o'clock at 105 Elm Street. And it is really a great time. The kids are going to make dragons tomorrow. They're going to sing. There's going to be stories. There's cupcakes, cookies, crafting. It's a really fun time, and it's a great opportunity for you to start your kids learning about others who may be a little different. And incidentally, in June, we're doing one on the week after Brewfest, which is June 4th. Is for the Amelia Park Children's Museum down on School Street. On June 11th, we're doing a big cupcakes, cookies, and community for the 25th anniversary of the Children's Museum.
Yes, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary this year.
Yeah, so we're going to celebrate it with a tea party with Alice and the Mad Hatter and the White Rabbit.
Which one are you going to be?
Well, I don't.
I'm hunting wabbits.
Well,
by a power of deduction.
Wabbit season.
I almost killed a rabbit on the road going over here. I was the Easter Bunny for Beaulieu Chevrolet on commercials for years.
Yes.
So do you remember those?
Yes, I remember those.
Yeah.
Nobody.
But nobody. That was me.
That was you.
And so at any rate, I am not playing the White Rabbit.
So you're going to be late.
I'm not going to be playing Alice. You know that much. My leg.
You're not going to be playing the Mad Hatter?
I'm playing the Mad Hatter.
You would be, yes, because you're late.
But I'm late. I'm always late. I should be.
Can't say that I'm shocked. Yeah.
I should be late. Oh, my God, everyone.
What are you late for?
For a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. I'm
Now, see, this one I
overdue.
know.
I'm in a rabbit stew. I'm late.
Oh, boy.
There we are. What was that from, Jessica?
That's from Alice in Wonderland.
That's right.
Yes.
Got that one.
Yes,
Exactly
that
right.
one we know.
Oh, here's a crime, and I wonder what the Disney company is going to do. They found a letter apparently from Walt Disney in one of that was one of his last letters to the members of the company when he was about to be put under ice.
Is that true? Is that true?
I
Or is
don't know.
Bob believes it.
Yeah. Who's the other guy that's been frozen? There's a baseball player or somebody. Was it
Oh,
Mickey
it's Ted
Mantle?
Williams.
Ted Williams.
Ted Williams.
And that's only his head.
Christ.
It's only his head that they.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
What are you going to do with just your head?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh
if
my
you get
God.
advanced enough, you could regrow a body from just
Yeah,
the DNA.
Right.
You know, if you go to Siena, Italy,
They could put his brain in.
Sounds
And you know,
totally possible.
you
know,
go to
just because somebody would drop it and you'd pick up Abby Normal's brain.
Oh my God.
Ooh, nobody got
if
that
you-
reference.
Don't you remember
Yeah, yeah.
Futurama where they had all the heads, the Hall of Heads?
Oh,
Yes.
well, you know,
Bob,
if you,
wait a minute, Bob. You didn't get my reference.
what is that? I
Young,
did.
Young Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the show Young Frankenstein?
Walk
Yes, I
this
did.
way.
Yes.
What did you
Yes.
say?
The brain. When he picked up the brain, he picked up the brain called Abby Normal.
Oh, yes.
Abby Normal.
Abby Normal.
Oh, man. Holy God. All right. So,
What, back to Walt Disney.
okay.
Is this
Yes,
going to be
Walt-
something that speaks negatively?
in the
to his-
in the letter, it says, I am telling you right now, okay, every member of the organization, that our animated cartoons at that time, animated movies, are sacrosanct, are blessed, and they are one of a kind. You are not to have any other versions of them out there. They are not to be extended or what happened next or anything like that.
No sequels,
because
no live action films.
because he
no.
wanted those
Smart.
movies
Yeah.
to be one memory in the mind of a child
Yes.
and not have it be like what the company has been doing.
Sure.
Live action versions, newer characters who have their own film,
People
etc.,
can't
etc.
stop themselves.
Like the
No, and they can't
Lion
come up with
King
anything
2
new
and-
either.
Also
Yeah.
true. Good
Everything is a retread. Even on network TV, it's a
Oh
stinking
God!
retread.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see his point because The Lion King, an absolute fabulous movie.
Right.
For whether you're 5 years old or you're 70 years old, it's a
Right.
great movie. It is. It's
agree.
Respected for the music, for the animation, for just the storyline itself. But Lion King 2 was okay.
Just okay.
It was just okay. It wasn't great.
I wonder how was the live version of the Lion
And
King?
they had a Broadway musical.
The
and
Broadway
there's
Oh, the
a
Broadway
movie.
musical is supposedly really great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it still you'd think I would have seen that by now.
The
It's
live
only been
action-
there
yeah,
for
I didn't
40
s-
years or
I
whatever.
didn't see the live action,
No.
which is what was mostly CGI, I believe.
CGI.
CGI. It was computer generated.
Computer-generated animals that
yes.
looked real
Yeah.
rather than cartoon animals.
Yes.
And the animals sang.
I don't know. I never saw the live version.
I don't think you would remake that movie without the songs. I think
Yeah,
they'd keep the
exactly.
songs.
Yeah.
But how
Yeah.
could you? Yeah. It's
Just
yeah, that's
picture a
weird.
lion or a hyena singing.
I think that would give me nightmares.
I was going to say, which is why I haven't seen the film. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So at any rate,
Don't need
that's
to see it.
that's
Especially
that's
the
the
hyenas.
sadness.
The hyenas,
So
you know.
getting back to cupcakes, cookies, and community tomorrow, 11 a.m. There are some tickets left. You can go on WestfieldOnWeekends.com and look at events at the Renova. The Renova building is where WOW's Creative Arts Center is, 105 Elm Street, and you can hook right in and you can pay online. It's very inexpensive, we hope to see you there. You can go to the Facebook page and to the WOW page and see all the information as well at Westfield on Weekends. Also, a week from Wednesday, we're doing a chamber music concert. This is an up-close and musical event. Instead of having it happen downtown, because it is such a special event, the faculty have a group called the Westfield Chamber Players, and they're 5 incredible educators, musicians of quite wonderful ability. They're going to be doing their chamber concert a week from this Wednesday at Second Congregational Church It's free, and it's at 7:30, and you can see all the information about that at westfieldonweekends.com. And on Monday night we have a program called Let's Travel. It's the first in a series. Is an intro to Let's Travel. It's a series of workshops, or not workshops actually. They're lectures, I suppose. That thank you, Peter. That have to do with the country of Italy. Okay. And there's going to be a pasta night and a wine night, a history night. There's a night on Pompeii. There's another one about
sounds like a timeshare deal, Bob.
It really does.
They get you wine and dine, and then they suck you into that $5,000 a year for the rest of your life.
Well, yeah. Well, we're not going that far, but you are able at the end of the in November to go to Italy with Westfield on Weekends, and we're going to the Amalfi Coast. Well, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
I'm really thinking about it. Rome, Pompeii, the Amalfi Coast. Portofino, it's going to be really wonderful.
Is that a different trip than Jeannie was talking about?
Then who was talking about?
Jeannie, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a different one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a different one.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to Italy, I think, earlier.
That trip sounds good, too.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
that sounds
staying
wonderful.
Staying at the winery and just eating and drinking all week at a winery in Italy.
There's like a pizza making thing.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of cool stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, similar to ours, because you're going into somebody's home, and they're going to a mozzarella factory, et cetera, et cetera. But any of those choices are all good. Next year we're going to Ireland in April and in the springtime. So save your dough.
I think there's a song there somewhere.
We're going to Ireland in the spring. Oh man! All right. So
when is this lecture series taking place?
It starts very soon. But the intro about the trip and all of that is this Monday night for free. I think it's at 6 or maybe 7 o'clock. Maybe 6:30 for all I know. I think it's 6:30. Nice. Go online to westfieldonweekends.com, and if you arrive at 6, Kathy Bradford will keep you entertained until 6:30.
Right.
Or you can go next door and have a drink or whatever. I don't know. What the heck? What the heck? Hey everybody. I'm going to play. Let me see here. I think I'm going to play. Good. This is Frank Sinatra's "I Get a Kick Out of You," arranged by Nelson Riddle. I'm reading that huge book, that Sinatra biography, Volume 2. 800 pages in his second biography. I'm only in the 60s now. I've just learned about the Rat Pack. He's bedded everyone from Judy Garland. Now he's on to Lauren Bacall, Ava Gardner, you name it, and whatever.
Where's the kaboom?
Yeah, well,
There
he's
was
got the
supposed to be an
kaboom apparently,
earth-shattering
for what I know.
kaboom.
At any rate. The Nelson Riddle, this is from his Songs for Swingin' Lovers or something. This is when he began to really do rhythm. All of his songs prior to this, with his young voice, are really ballads most of the time. But then suddenly because of cigarettes and drinking, carousing, staying up all night, his voice gets more mature, and he finds Nelson Riddle, the great arranger, who knows how to keep his musicians behind Frank. And Frank doesn't sing on the beat. You know how you sing on the beat? Frank learns to sing just after the beat or hold a note longer than usual. And this is the peak of Nelson Riddle's great instrumentation. It's "I Get a Kick Out of You," which is Cole Porter, which is from Anything Goes.
My story is much too sad to be told, but practically everything leaves me totally cold. The only exception I know is the case when I'm out on a quiet spree, fighting vainly the old ennui, and I suddenly turn and see your fabulous face. I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you? Some they may go for cocaine. I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, it would bore me terrifically too. Yet I get a kick out of you. I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me. I get a kick, though it's clear to see you obviously do not adore me. I get no kick in a plane flying too high with some gal in the sky. Is my idea nothing to do? Yet I get a kick. You give me a boot, I get a kick out of you.
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield. Hey, Bob, have you promoted this yet?
Wow. Oh, no, I will. Okay. Wow, it's Tuesday. Okay. Wow, it is Tuesday. And it is
good morning.
April 20. No, it's not 20. April 19th.
It's April 19th. It's actually tax day in Massachusetts.
Is this tax day?
For Massachusetts, for the state of Massachusetts.
Because we celebrate Patriots Day.
Yes. So
Wisconsin,
so you
and
got an extra day to pay.
New Hampshire, I think.
Yes. So I have to go pay my taxes today, and I always wait till the last day to pay my taxes.
Remember when there used to be a party at the post office?
Oh, that was the best thing.
I used to cover that for Channel 40.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Explain what that is. All those latecomers.
Oh, yeah.
All those white rabbits.
Listen, everybody who gets money back wants to do it early, but when you have to pay, you want to wait till the last minute.
Yes,
which makes no sense either way. But.
Well, to me, it's
you get to keep your money as long as you can.
Right.
I
to
had
me,
to
it's
pay a lot.
Yes, exactly. So to me, it's
I had to pay a lot because of you, Jessica Martin. You sold the house, and we caught.
It's all your fault.
Jeez, $8,000.
Oh, yeah, that's spicy.
Oh, man.
Capital gains, baby.
Yeah.
You can do it. You're independently wealthy.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Oh, please.
Good thing you did it now. Uncle Joe wants to take more of your capital gains down the road.
Get him out of this program.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What? He said it.
All right.
You don't remember the parties at the post office?
No.
Springfield
I used to cover
bands. They used to have bands.
Yeah, it used to be rock
so
bands.
everyone's going in to get their postage stamp that it was mailed.
Right, and
by
it would be from like 6 to midnight.
I would be sent down there to do a live shot for the early news.
Yeah, tell us.
We'd have anchors down there. Usually the weather guy would do his weather from down there. And then we'd hang out for the night, and they'd feed you. And there was not adult beverages, but there was beverages there, and there was like a big party.
Yeah, bands playing, and it was like.
How did they keep the line?
Feel better about letting go of their money.
People would be dribs and drabs, but a lot of people would show up right after work, and then it would tail off as they get close. But you had to have the postmark on before midnight, and they would stay up until midnight.
Is there a way to do it? I mean, you're going to the post office today?
Yes, I'll go to the post office today. To me, it's kind of like a protest type thing to wait till the last minute to do it because of what we pay in taxes, and I think it's ridiculous of how much they do take from us. But it's kind of that thing that here you can wait. If I got to pay you, you can wait because
Yes.
Rick, here's Congress's response.
Oh my God! Who the hell
They don't.
cares?
They don't.
I know. I'm just interested in my money earning an extra 0.005% interest while it stays in my bank account before I have to mail it off to them. So
Exactly.
I've known since late February what I owed, but I didn't. I mailed mine like last Thursday.
You're making that much in interest? What bank are you in? Wow.
That was a gross exaggeration.
It was it, yeah. That $5 bill you really wanted to put in your wallet.
Just remember, Uncle Sam always gets his or.
I know. I do the same thing.
I'm old school, and I still have a passbook savings that actually my great aunt started for me when I was born. So I've always kept it. It's kind of one of those things that it's money that's there for emergency purposes or whatever I need, and I can't get to it with just an ATM card or anytime I need it.
You have to go to the bank, yeah.
So 2 weeks ago, years ago I invested in Westfield Bank. And that's where I put that money that goes into when I get my dividend checks.
Is that when you say invested in Westfield Bank? That means that you put your money into Westfield.
I bought stock. And when they went,
when
they went public, well, there was money sitting in an account.
Now I'm feeling good about when I go in there.
Right, there was money sitting in an account, and it was making 0.005% on your thing, and it was like, okay, I can take that money and put it into the bank itself and get a dividend, have it for retirement or whatever later on down the road. So it was like, why don't I do this? So I have this passbook, and the girl goes, well, we got to update. It's going to take a few minutes because you haven't been in 8 or 9 months. So I get it, and I'm looking at it after she gives it to me. It's like, yeah, there's 4 cents for for interest.
Good job.
4 cents.
Oh man.
Either 1 month was 6 cents, and it's
do you still have that book? I loved that book you guys don't know this, but back in the day when I was Abe Lincoln and I were going to school.
Yes.
Now one room school.
When you took your horse and buggy down.
Yeah, really. There was it was a leather bound kind of little
I had one when I was a kid.
card. Yeah.
Yes.
And they would stamp it. They
put it in the machine. It would print out your legend.
No, this was. Oh well, you had a machine. I had a little
feather quill pen.
Yeah. What's his name? Cratchit was no, get out of here.
By the way,
Grandpa Bob, tell us more.
By the way, we had a microphone hidden in the accountant's office when Bob and James found out their tax returns. We're not sure who this is, but we have a recording of it.
I bet.
Dirty Turkish back
We think it was James.
It was James. I was going like the bleeding heart liberal iron. Oh, I'm going to be able to pay for somebody's, I don't know, whatever. I can't wait. I want Lindsey Graham to have a nice meal on me.
You're considering it a charitable contribution.
Yes. He was taking me to Italy with him, and obviously not now.
Not anymore.
Not with that $8,000 bill that I've got to pay.
Can you consider the taxes you pay?
Thanks to me.
Actually,
I'm so sorry about that.
I have Jessica's response too.
This is Cockenlocker.
I had to get that one out. That's been sitting dormant for too long.
Oh my God, I haven't heard Mrs. Cockenlocker for so long. Can you do that live for us, Jessica?
Mrs.
Oh, we hear it. Play it again.
There's no way.
This is Cockenlocker.
Let's hear it. Come on.
There's no way I'm going to get
that was
right
from
on the radio.
Yes.
Cockenlocker.
And we're not on delay
I don't want to
either.
get canceled.
Oh, all right. You already
that was from Michael Buster McMahon's play, believe it or not. Remember that?
Get canceled.
It wasn't. Yeah.
That was his original script. And that was one of the lines.
Mrs. Cockenlocker.
She said she was a character in the play.
Yeah. We haven't heard the pathetic kitten today.
No. The cat was sleeping.
God.
The cat was sleeping when I left the house.
Well,
she looked up at me and went, "Yeah, right."
Oh, that's true. Okay. So, Jess, speaking of taxes and stuff, okay. Have interest rates or anything affected the market?
Ooh, yes, drastically.
Tell us.
So nothing's really changed yet, but it looks like it's going to start to, because the rates have increased so quickly and they're going to continue to go up. Like, people are getting over 5% now, where literally just months ago I was still seeing people at 3.5%. So it's a big increase, but it changes the price point that a buyer can shop at, because now you can't borrow as much money because you have to consider the amount of the interest in your monthly payment. So it's changing. I had clients who were like, say, just round numbers, if you were shopping at the $500,000 price point, now they're down to $470 as their maximum, because they have to consider that the rate went up so much.
So get that pin out.
Yeah,
the bubble's going to burst.
There's a chance, that it's going to get some buyers out of the market, because they're going to decide that they can't, they can no longer have what they want at the price point they're shopping at.
Yes.
So it's not worth getting into something that's not as desirable to them at such a high price and such a high interest rate. And sellers are still putting their houses on the market because it's still the time to get the craziest price you ever could, but prices have been pressed up so high, and people still think you have to bid over what the list price is, even though the list price is bananas to start. So it's a very crazy time to be in this business. Like, it almost makes me nauseous every day to see what people are paying. And I have a lot of heart-to-heart conversations about what you should and shouldn't do when you're deciding to make an offer on a crazy overpriced house. But I think it's going to change things. The next 12 months are going to, you see the balancing, which is what they're trying to do by raising the rate.
Right. It's still a good time to buy.
It's always a good time to buy if you're ready.
Or always a good time to sell or buy. Maybe I meant to say sell.
So buying, it's not always a good time to sell, because you have to consider if you're going to, make your money back, get your money out, all that stuff. But when you're ready to buy, like, I'm a bit of a hippie with the right house will come along in the right time. And if you need to move, you just have to consider that sometimes you're going to pay more and sometimes you're going to pay less. I would say it's less attractive to buy now. It's becoming less attractive because the interest rates are higher. But again, you're still talking about under 6%. Like, the first house I bought was at 7.5%, and I thought it was a sweet deal.
And some people, like you said, some people
6 3/4.
Yeah, and then you refinance later on down the road, and you get some savings, and you go, oh wow, this is so much cheaper.
Yeah, so I went from 6 3/4 to 2.75.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you're like, wow, look at this low payment I have now.
It dropped about $350 off of my monthly.
Oh, awesome. How great!
And I went back to 30 years.
Smart.
Just because of the
especially
fact
at that interest rate, because what? Yeah.
Right. Just because of the fact is that if I can make an extra payment in a month or an extra $100, it'll drop that down to automatically 20. Yeah. They said if you make 10 extra payments, it comes down to 25 years.
Yeah, but also why pay it off early when you can take those extra payments and buy stock in the Westfield Bank?
Right.
You seem to be smart with that.
That's
going to serve your money way better than
paying
off your mortgage early when it's only at 2.5%.
Right. And I did cash out too to do some home improvements.
Nice.
Which I still waiting to get done, but we've been waiting since
you can't
October.
Get a contractor to save your life.
We've got it with the windows have been on order since October.
Also that. Yeah, so it's materials and contractors backed up with work. Yeah.
I'm still going to have that hole in my ceiling.
You have a hole in your ceiling?
Well, no, I had
Dear Liza.
Yeah.
He's got a hole in the roof where the rain comes in.
Bucket? It was plumbing that I did.
Dear Liza.
I got a hole in my bucket.
You got a hole in your roof where the rain comes in.
I gotta really believe me. I'm telling you. But no. I did plumbing about 7 or 8 years ago, trying to stop a leak in the toilet.
7
Remember?
or
And
8
it came
years
over,
ago, and you haven't.
And the roof.
You haven't repaired the ceiling since?
No, the ceiling has we redid everything around it.
Nice.
And everybody thinks it's
just
on purpose
because
you see
frame it out, put some trim around the hole, leave it open.
Oh yeah. There's a spider in there at Halloween, and Santa's boots are coming down, and etc. Oh, geez.
Make it work for you.
Make it work. But we've hired somebody. But again, it's really hard on him because he's backed up.
Yep.
And
no pun intended.
No. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's exactly right.
Oh, it's amazing. People coming out, and people will come out and look at things, but then by the time they get back to you on estimates and to get things done. And it's like, okay, I've been waiting for 2 weeks now for a stump grinder to give me his estimate.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm so busy, Rick. He apologized, and I understand that, but it's like, just give me the estimate and we'll schedule. Or if
yeah, and you can't get anyone to do it any faster either. So
right,
it's like,
yes.
So Jess, is this a good time to refinance then?
I would say not if you're near that 5% mark. The time to refinance would have been months ago. I'm still getting all kinds of crazy letters in the mail though to take the cash out to do which I think is funny. Like my own mortgage lender is sending me letters saying, now's the time to pull some equity out and do some home improvements. And I'm like, not at 5.5%, and not when I can't get anyone to come do the improvements. Now I'm borrowing money that I have to pay back that I'm going to spend on something else before I can get my improvement done.
Sure. And the lumber and everything has gone up.
Very expensive.
It's really sad.
So to give you that example, a 2x12 by 16 foot board. So a 2x12 board, which is a standard board in the building industry, a year and a half ago was anywhere from $25 to $32, depending on where you bought it. Now it is $65.
So crazy.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
So crazy. They've doubled and sometimes tripled in prices depending on what you're trying to buy.
And for no reason.
No, there's a reason. The reason is the environmentalists in this country have stopped because it was clear-cutting thing. That was the big thing. And then the forest industry over the past 20, 30 years goes, okay, we'll replant forests, which they've done. But all of our wood is imported from overseas, not necessarily from China, but overseas in general. And so if you got to import it and there's a supply chain problem and you can't get it here, then the cost is going to skyrocket. Plus, the pandemic forced everybody indoors. They looked around their houses and go, oh, my God, this is a crap hole. We need to fix. And all the things that on my honey-do list started to get done.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was a snowball effect. And it's that way with a lot of things. Like I can't find right now I can't find electronics. Like I had ordered some cameras to put up at Sadie Knox and paper mill fields for Little League to get more live cameras.
Sure.
You can't get the cameras. You can't get the switches that I need to install to put at the fields for the cameras. You can't get those items. I can get other stuff that's in stock, but the stuff that I actually need, no, we don't got it.
Yeah.
Well, Peter, the reason I meant no particular reason for the amount of price increase. There was no reason, and this was
demand.
done well. Not through.
It was out of greed.
This was out of greed, and this was a show that was done a couple of weeks ago that they were talking about that, especially in the lumber industry of the greed, and they showed stockyards and stockyards of lumber sitting
there.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like,
yes. So
to the highest bidder it goes.
Right. They said we understand the pricing thing to get it to the stores and everything like that and get it out to the general public, but they said they can't justify the amount of increase of it.
Hey, Rick, I don't understand how a gas station can increase or decrease their price 4 times in one day with the I don't think they're getting 4 deliveries of gas from a truck in one day. So how the heck can you increase the price of your gas and that's already in the ground?
Right. I got the answer to that one is because the oil is traded on the futures market.
I understand that, but the law is, and I think you pointed this out. The law is you can't change your price till you get a new delivery of gas.
No, because actually, what
So
they're
they
doing
changed
is
the law now.
What they're doing is they're paying for what it's going to cost to refill that tank after
That's
it's
a load
empty.
of BS.
It's going forward.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
So basically, what they're doing is they're charging you what it's going to cost them to replenish their fuel. That's why the oil, in my opinion, and I'm not a market expert, but the oil needs to be taken off the futures market, in which should be done under demand, and it's not. It's under speculation.
Wow.
So
you notice there's silence over here.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have no idea.
Bobby,
over my
I had a bunch of all over my head.
Right.
Actually, Jessica, you're good with financials, so I think you would understand that.
I do. No, I do, and I'm getting a better handle on it. Back to the tax thing and all that stuff. Like my accountant says to me, "Did you pay your quarterlies? Did you this? Did you that?" And I had to learn all about getting into the market this year.
Yeah, because you have to file taxes.
Maximizing my deductions and getting a self-employed IRA and all that stuff. So I am paying way more attention to that type of
there's
stuff.
this is the informed realtor. You really need that.
I had to learn, Bob, because
Jessica Martin Realty, the informed realtor. That's your new pitch.
Bob, when I went out as a consultant, I had to learn that too. It's like if you earn over a certain amount, you either got to compensate for your regular job and take extra taxes out during the year to cover that, or file quarterlies. Now, I don't make enough to file quarterlies like Jessica does because she's hustling in the real estate market, but I take extra out of my regular pay to cover that, so I don't have to pay taxes at the end of the year.
I remembered somebody saying that taking, it would be better for you to do it quarterly, that or have more taken out and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so bad at this. You might as well. And I'll tell you what, personal assistant.
I'm not doing your taxes because you know what?
Say, you're about to get some more duties added to your list.
Get your pad out.
I send mine to my accountant, and he just looks at me and goes, "What?" I'm like, "Yep." I take
What
everything.
did you do now?
It's like I just keep everything. I keep all my receipts, no matter what they are, for what I'm doing. Whether it's for the Hall of Fame or for the Children's Museum. He tells me just keep your receipts.
Sure.
And he goes, if I can use them, if I can do it, because now I guess he said that
I should keep my receipt for the donation I'm making?
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
That's a write-off.
Yeah. The threshold of your to itemize now is so high that you have to have so much to itemize, and it's because years ago it'd be great to have a house and because you've got the deduction for the interest.
Let's take a break and play. Red Hot Chili Peppers has a new album out.
I know that.
Are you excited?
I know that. I know the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yes,
you do.
Yes,
wow.
Sean Martin's favorite.
It's been a long time.
John Frusciante's back.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yes.
So their new album is called Unlimited Love, and this is a song called What You Thinking. What You Thinking.
What You Think.
What You Thinking. Thinking. From their new album, Unlimited Love. And meanwhile, I'll show you my wallet and see what you can do with it, personal assistant.
Stay off the air.
I got no reason to believe, just a theory that we do appease. I don't know what you want from me. Your ecstasy, start tapping rhythm from the source. Maybe I could be your crazy horse. We only wanted to be sure. What is it for? Come get me. We only wanted to be. We only wanted to be. What you thinking got more than enough for you, yeah.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Oh, Rick, lean back like that. For the television cameras, it looks like, I looked over and it looked like you had a helmet on or something. Doesn't it?
I've got a helmet.
Yeah, you look like a Viking or something. Really, honest to God. Wow, it's Tuesday, everybody, and it's the Westfield Land Weekend Show. Go to westfieldlandweekends.com for everything that's happening, including tomorrow's Cupcakes, Cookies, and Community, the Let's Travel series, which begins on Monday night, and a week from this Wednesday, there's the Westfield Chamber Ensemble, or Westfield Chamber Players. 5 incredible people. They're doing a great show called Musical Tableaus at Second Congregational Church, which is right next to Westfield State, and that's at 7:30. I also want to mention that been working with Corey Bruno and the Westfield High School Show Choir for their gala, their spring gala. It's the first ever. And that show choir has won all kinds of awards. They're really incredible. And they're wanting to go to Hershey, Pennsylvania. Yep. So they're trying to raise $12,000, okay, for the kids to go. And so as part of that, they called me and Kathy Bradford down at the Westfield Creative Arts Center, and we discussed with them how we could help. And so they're doing this concert gala. It is April 29th. It is at Westfield High School. And I think it's at 7:30 at night. You may go to westfieldlandweekends.com, go to events, and you'll see all of the information right there.
Probably on the Westfield High School calendar
and
as well.
Right, as well. Yeah, it's exactly right. And Corey Bruno will be joining Patrick Berry on Monday for Mass Appeal, so look forward to that. Or you can go online and look at me at Mass Appeal if you want to hear.
Patrick needs help. He's co-hostless for a little bit.
Yeah, co-hostless. Yes. Jessica, you would be a great co-host.
I know. I thought she'd be awesome for that role.
Oh my God!
She was one of the people that I thought about.
Thank you to everyone. I am so terrible on live television. When I go on Mass Appeal, I have to specifically request that they pre-record me. So
wow!
I go in early before they do the live section of the show, and I record my segment. There's something to just being more comfortable, knowing that it's not just going straight
Jessica,
out.
You've been on live TV now for 5 years.
I know, but it's different. It's different with the radio, I guess.
The radio?
But
Look
we're
at
on TV there.
Take a turn to your left.
You've been on TV for years.
I know. It's very funny, but
since the radio station we've been on TV.
I
and we've got, we're in Agawam and Southwick now. Pardon?
It is strange to be on that set, though. Like the first time, again, having an experience of having been on a real morning show when you go and they have the little chairs set up in the kitchen and all the stuff, super fun. But maybe I'll give Patrick a call and see if he can get me in for a couple weeks.
Yes.
I think you'd be a fun guest host, actually.
Oh, you would be a great guest host.
And if they realize that you can do it and you have a good chemistry with Patrick, which you do because you've been on with him before too.
That's true. Yep.
Yes.
They might pull you in as a vacation relief or something.
That would be so fun.
And you've got to pick on Patrick because they do too, and they have a great time with him.
That would be super fun.
I mean, it is. It's a lot of fun. It's like the first time I ever walked in there. It's like, it says, and they says, "Oh, you must be Ricky," and I went, "Excuse me."
I could see Deb Poole busting Patrick's chops big time. I've known Deb for a long time.
And I said, "Yeah." Well, it says Patrick said you were coming in. I says, "Oh, that's why he said because old family friends and family call me that and from school and stuff like that." So me and Patrick went to school together. So, and it was too funny because he says, yeah, we went to school together. She goes, oh, you must have some stories then. And I said, I can't tell.
Oh, of course.
I was sworn to secrecy.
Keeping them to myself until I need them. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a really interesting process. I was thinking about that when I was showering this morning. I don't know why, but I was thinking about how difficult it is to put Mass Appeal, an hour show together with different guests, and they do it so smoothly. And
you know who to talk to about that, Bob?
Yeah, pardon?
Robbie Goff has so many different segments and so many different different segments to his show. He takes him like 5 or 6 hours to put together a show every week.
Well, what are you talking about? This right
weekly.
here. This right here.
Once a week.
3 hours.
And the fact that it goes to hell in the first 20 minutes.
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bob does all that work preparing, and then it goes to pot.
Oh yeah. But it's sort of like it's sort of like your LifeNet.
It's a good outline.
Just in case. Although that doesn't seem to. Now that I've got this personal assistant who's filled with talk.
We all have we all wake up in the morning with great intentions.
Yes.
Always. But do you ever get nervous? Do we ever make you nervous here, Jess?
Here? No, I don't get nervous here. I'm super comfortable here. Remember the first time though when we were
when
we were at the restaurant here at the Technical Academy. The first time I was
Up
on
on
the
the
show
stage.
before, and it was the very first time I came in, and I was super nervous to talk on the radio. I remember when I first met you guys, and then we ended up having a great show, and then you invited me back, and it's just now it's kind of like old.
You look
hat.
forward to this?
Yeah, it's super fun, and I love to see you guys and chat about whatever. And
yeah,
and then sometimes I try to prepare. Like last night, I tried to prepare and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be able to answer these questions. I'm gonna look this stuff up." And then I'm like, why,
You didn't bring a poem today?
Why do I bother? I have a poem. I have a stack of books from my
Jessica,
nightstand. I got all the stuff
Jessica,
that was
what
on
you
the
have
list.
to do is you got to learn with Bob. You have to steer the conversation in the direction you want it to go, and he will follow.
I'm
it was funny
be a better
because
manipulator.
the first time I ever did a radio show was with the former Baxton O'Brien show.
Whoa!
I did. Oh my God,
that's high pressure.
Yes. Oh, you want to talk about high pressure? And
These are just shock jocks, weren't they?
No, they're just morning jocks.
They're just morning jocks. But my friend Steve Nagel, he said, Rick,
Nagel's
just be yourself. And he said, it's just like talking to people at any place that you go.
That's what Tina Gorman tells everybody.
He said, just talk. Just talk. And it was like, so I did. And the second time I was on, it was like, Bax came up to me and he goes, oh my God, you were hilarious. He said, when you gave it right back to John O'Brien, he goes, we knew you were in and you were just the perfect guest to have.
Yeah.
So it was, so it was, from then it was like, okay, this is easy because you just think that you're talking and having a conversation with your friends.
Yes.
But when you're on television, when you're on Mass Appeal and you've got 5 minutes, you have 5 minutes and you've got all this information and the host, Patrick, really helps you and gears you that way. But he'll ask a question and then babble. And when I was doing it yesterday, I noticed that his speech got faster.
Mm-hmm.
So I began talking faster. And when I talk faster, I'm stuttering and all this.
But like with us, with Patrick, sitting with Patrick, we know him, so it's easier. He knows what we're there for to talk about. So it's easier for him. It's harder when somebody you're talking with doesn't know what you're doing or what your event is and stuff like that. So when I've done them with Patrick and either his prior host,
Alana Flood.
Who was the gentleman before him?
Was that Danny?
Danny, yes, yep. Danny. Yeah, Danny knew. Yes.
Danny knew.
Danny, Danny kind of Danny did his research into who his guests were, so he knew what to talk about.
He was a character too.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, he was a riot.
He's down in Florida now. Right?
Yes, he is. Yep. When we did one segment I did with the former woman who was the host, his co-host, he dressed up like the Penguin for the Penguin Plunge and then popped up behind us.
Oh.
He popped us behind us and just started dancing around.
That's funny. Yeah, I got him to put the bee suit on. I was on for Hampton County Beekeepers, and I got him to put
the bee suit on?
Yeah, and he had the smoker, and he was dancing around with the bee suit on.
Have we ever gotten Patrick Berry in a costume?
No.
Have I ever gotten you in a costume?
We can't talk about that.
Not on the air.
Not on the air, Bob.
Just leave that $10 on the bureau. All right.
Speaking of bees,
Yeah.
It is springtime.
Yes.
And the bees are starting to come out of hibernation.
The bees are flying.
My weeping cherry
Covered in bees?
it just exploded.
Yeah.
In one day. And it is covered in all sorts of bees. There's
No,
honeybees,
really?
honeybees, bumblebees, and you can walk right over to it, and they don't care about you.
No,
they're not
nectar.
bothering
Sweet
you.
nectar is flowing.
And it is amazing to see them. There's all from, like I said, from the honeybees to the we call them bumblebees, but the bigger
the big fat ones.
Yeah,
big, fat fluffy ones.
Yeah, we love the fluffy. We love a fluffy bee.
And
everybody.
They're going to town on that.
So what happens? Like spring sprang over the weekend, and it was beautiful. And then today it's cold. Yeah. What happens to the bees? Do they have an internal clock that they let's head back home?
So it's sunshine and temperature based. When they are inside the hive and it's warm, they come out. It's 50 degrees is a good temperature. So if it's above 50 degrees, you will see bees out flying. They do not fly in the rain. So if it's raining and above 50 degrees, they will stay inside. But above 50 degrees and no rain, you can expect them to be outside. So even in December, when you get those warm, sunny days, they will come out and fly and do cleansing flights and go back inside because there's nothing to eat or collect. But
what do you mean? What's a cleansing flight?
Exactly.
Have we ever had have you been on a cleansing flight anytime?
No, I have not.
Ever a cleansing diet?
No. I've been on plenty of flights, and I've had plenty of flights.
You've had plenty of flights, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
What's this cleansing flight of bees?
The bees will not relieve themselves inside the hive. They're very hygienic, so they're all about keeping it clean indoors. So in the wintertime when they can't fly, they're generally holding it all the time. So in the winter when it gets warm, they'll come out and fly, and then you'll see little flecks of bee poop everywhere. It's very cute.
Yeah. Interesting that I've never thought of a bee pooping.
Yeah. Everybody poops.
I've never thought of a bee.
It's a book, isn't it?
It's a book. Yep.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
Every bee poops.
But bees, now, is the poop sweet and tasty?
It's made of honey, so yes.
No, are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've not actually tried it, but you do. So when as a beekeeper, you wear a white suit. So if they come out and you're out, like say I'm out there feeding the bees in the wintertime, so I pop the lid of the hive and some of them come out and say, oh, it's too cold, but they'll circle around. You'll get little raindrops of brown bee poop all on your suit.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. So
interesting.
I never was like, oh, that stinks.
Oh, yeah. No. I've been pooped on by pigeons.
Yeah, not as nice.
Not as seagulls.
No, that's a different. Yeah. I was sitting at a bar in Belgium, having a drink or two outside, and I got the biggest plop on my shoulder.
It's good luck.
And I had to leave. I was gagging. I got the dry heaves.
Yeah.
And thank God my hotel was like across the courtyard, and I went over because I couldn't stand this. Oh my! Terrible.
Yeah, no, the bees. It's
have you ever had a pooping experience like that?
Yes, down in Florida, we had heading into SeaWorld.
Oh.
I had a seagull poop on my shirt, right on the shoulder, and went. I had to go back to the car, change my shirt.
Oh, it is.
So actually, I don't know. Actually, didn't. I actually walked in. And
had to get a
SeaWorld shirt. I went to buy a shirt.
You had to buy a shirt
because I walked in and the girl goes, as we were walking in, the girl looks at me and says, "What happened to your shirt?" And I told her, and she goes, and she hands me a piece of paper, and
free
shirt. I got a free shirt. It was actually pretty cool.
She
So.
gave you a free shirt?
Yeah, they gave me a free shirt.
They know it's their fault. Those birds are all hovering from all the fish they're throwing around in there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So back to the bees. So like you said, is if it's over 50 degrees, they will come out and think, around, when it starts, they're out and it's getting a little cooler. Are they slower in their flights? And
Interesting question. Do they slow down? Yeah, they're not super good at flying when it's cold.
Yeah.
Not as many of them will come out. Like they'll send out only who needs to go, I guess would be a good example.
Yeah.
Like yesterday in the morning, it wasn't super warm. So like the traffic was really low.
It was cold. It was cold.
Yeah,
yesterday
and
morning.
so they would come out. Just a few were coming out, but then by mid-afternoon, it was very busy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they'll only the brave, I guess. If it's 51 degrees, they'll be going outside.
Do they come out of one entrance?
Yes. Yep. So when you think of the beehive as like just the boxes that are stacked on top of each other, at the very bottom there's an opening across the whole way that's less than an inch tall, and that's where they're coming in and out flying in and out. And then there's a little tiny notch in the top where they can also use as like a second entrance.
Does the
Emergency
queen,
exit.
Fire
Yeah.
exit, yeah.
Fire exit.
Fire exit.
Everyone must have 2 egresses.
Where does the queen ever make an entrance out in public? And
Yes,
because
when you
she's
see a
pooping
swarm
in there.
of bees, that's where the queen is out. So when a hive swarms, when you hear about a swarm of bees or you see them clustered on an apple tree,
Yeah.
that is when the queen has left the protection of her home to go procreate and start another hive with the bees that have decided to leave, and a new queen will have been born into the previous hive. So that's when she's out, and she also leaves to mate. So she goes on mating flights, but just after she's born, flies out, mates a bunch of times, and then comes home and has what she needs for her life expectancy.
That's
Amazing.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Where is she pooping, if we might ask?
Excellent question. I'm sure her attendants are just sweeping it up after her. I'm going to have to do some research on that because I don't know a lot about queen poop. So I'll ask. I have a meeting this Thursday at Hampden County Beekeepers. I'll ask some of my master beekeepers that question.
Yeah.
Where does the queen poop?
It's like I said, yesterday was interesting when I walked over to the cherry tree and saw. I mean, there was probably a couple of hundred.
Oh, I
them.
love
I mean, it's a good sized thing, and watching them just busily
It's
working.
awesome. You can kind of hear them buzzing
Yeah,
around.
you
and
hear 'em
everybody's
buzzing.
happy.
The
I
dog-
actually saw them in the wild yesterday too, which to me, when I see a honeybee in the wild that's like not in my own backyard, I'm like, oh, a bee. Someone else has bees, or there's
And
wild
that's-
bees around.
And that's what I was wondering, where the bees are. Obviously, there's no hives in my neighborhood.
Yep.
Unless
That
there's
you
somebody I
know
don't know
of.
of.
Yeah.
Right. Well, beekeepers or something
Yep.
that I've never seen. But a couple of weeks ago, I read an article in one of the gardening forums I'm on is about leaving your gardens covered.
Covered with what?
With the leaves or whatever you use for the winter. I cover my garden in leaves in the winter. This is because the bees are still hibernating. It's still too cold out for them, and they will find their way out if they can, if they're hibernating in the
underneath
the and in the ground and stuff like that. So, and
Yeah.
that was pretty interesting to keep it because it keeps them warm at night.
Oh,
It keeps-
interesting.
yeah, it keeps them warm at night.
Yeah, a blanket of leaves.
Yeah.
I don't think of bees as burrowing into the
Yeah, there's
the
so many
soil.
kinds of bees.
Yes.
Yeah, honeybees don't do that, but there are like those
honeybees.
bumblebees and stuff will
Yeah.
live in the ground or in like piles of wood, like all kinds of places.
Now, is that the right term, bumblebee?
I think so.
They're-
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, be my little
Bumblebee.
bumblebee, bumble round,
Yeah.
bumble round.
And don't cut your dandelions, people. Let them
Yes.
grow this
Oh,
time of year. People need that food.
We saw that on Sunday. When we were heading down to Boston, we took some of the Route 20 in to Boston because we wanted to stop and get something to eat. And we saw somebody out in their yard picking the dandelions. It's like, don't do that yet.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Leave them.
And
Let
what's
'em live.
happening with my, I thought I was going to have some tulips grow up I think that those pesky chipmunks,
They ate your bulbs.
they ate my bulbs.
Yeah.
Awful.
That will definitely happen.
Awful. Well, we've been talking about springtime, so I thought, what better day to play Vivaldi's Spring? Antonio Vivaldi wrote the Four Seasons Suite, and each one of them is a different season: spring, winter, summer, and fall. Okay, so spring is very well known. You've seen it, heard it in commercials. But I found, so don't get worried about classical music, you guys. This is a chamber ensemble, very similar to the chamber ensemble we're going to have here a week from this Wednesday at Second Congregational Church, Westfield Chamber Players, 7:30, free incidentally. Vivaldi Spring, and it's played by a chamber ensemble. However, they play it like classical, gypsy jazz, and Celtic traditional music. So it's a short piece and it's really great. Peter, the Tim Kilfoyce Trio. I think they're from Holland or the Netherlands.
For him to say.
Yeah.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday. It's World Hula Day.
No, I'm not putting on a grass skirt for you, Bob. Again.
Well, there's only one left at the table. Jessica, let's see your lovely hula hand.
The hula, is that? I was thinking of hoops.
There we go.
Hula hoop.
It's a Lua Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Come on, we all spent
both
time.
are really very good.
We all spent time at the Hukilau at the show.
That's exactly.
Oh my God! You got to get the
and a couple of scorpion bowls.
Yeah. No, that's exactly the poo-poo platter. Speaking of poo-poo,
it's also the National Karaoke Week too.
Karaoke.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
I don't sing.
You don't even attempt.
Well, I did one time when we were on a ship in the middle of the Atlantic.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I've never
a
had
ship
it left
full of
out.
strangers.
Yes.
So you had a beer or two.
I was singing the Banana Boat song.
That's fun.
You actually dared? It was the Caribbean.
It was. We were on our way either to or back from Bermuda, and I can't remember. So it was one night I kind of lost a bet. And
how does that go? Rick, how does that go?
The Banana Boat song?
Yeah.
Day-o,
it's the Beetlejuice song.
Yes.
Come, Mr. Tallyman, and tally me bananas.
All right.
Now we're all going out to karaoke.
There we go.
That was
It was Harry Belafonte.
You
Harry
said hula.
Belafonte.
There we go. Go ahead. Yeah, we'll
I think
hula
we
to
could
your
put this
karaoke.
together. We could do some backup vocals and really figure
That's right.
the Banana Boat song
What's
out.
your go-to?
So again, samesies. I've only ever sung karaoke one time in my life. I'm a huge fan of karaoke. I love to watch people go up and sing, and either they're awesome or it's a total nightmare. So we used to go to karaoke a lot, but just so that I could be entertained, not so that I could perform. We had karaoke at our wedding, and I sang for Sean at our wedding, and that's the only time I've ever done karaoke.
What?
I will say it was a hit. People were crying.
Oh, I
It was,
bet.
Yeah.
What was the song?
I sang Like a Virgin by Madonna. Perfect wedding song. Yes. It was amazing.
Did you have moves and everything?
I had Madonna gloves. I practiced for like 3 months. Like I got the idea in my head when I was jogging, and it just came on my playlist when I was jogging. And I was like, oh my God, we're having karaoke at the wedding. I'm going to sing this.
So don't take this the wrong way. Were people crying because they were laughing so hard?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that you sang him a love song.
But also because they know me and they know like what it was for me to put on that show, because I am not the performer in the family, right? So everybody went crazy, and it was really, really fun.
Was there a striptease involved in
No, just the Madonna gloves, and I had the microphone, and we had like a very relaxed, casual. Well, we had gotten married in November, and then we had a party in May. So we got married privately.
Yeah.
And then we had like 250 people at a catered barbecue karaoke party, and it was.
Oh, how lovely!
So
would
Bob,
you like to give us a little?
No, thank you.
What about you, Bob? What's your
well, you heard it earlier. I got a kick out of you, but Frank Sinatra's version.
That's a karaoke pick for you?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it always has that big build up, and you can and you see the I'm not going to be singing All About That Bass or Material
should,
Girl
though.
or
That
any of
would be
stuff.
amazing.
No, I would like to do one of those.
Yes.
I'd like to do a rap, actually. I'd like to learn a rap.
It would be very funny to have you come up and then have the song announced and just blow everyone in the audience's mind. Like, he's going to sing what? Bob Plass doing Baby Got Back.
Oh, yeah. I would love. We ought to do that.
We're going to have to teach
Yeah,
you. Teach
we
you
got to
rap.
do that. Oh, somebody was playing guitar in this.
Yes.
Like I said, I always sing solo.
Okay.
Solo, nobody can hear me.
Solo. Solo. Oh, come on. Hey, what? I am. Yeah.
Bob, I got a jazz beat for you. Drop me some lyrics, brother.
You're going to do some rap. Freestyle rap.
All right, here we go. We're here in the morning, and I got to say, I never think there's another way with Jessica Martin and Rick Barry Bright. I go to sleep every night, and I think, wow, I got to work on this.
16 bars. Go.
Go ahead. Rick, go ahead.
I didn't.
I can do
We've
that.
got beatboxing. We've got rapping. Our audience doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Take a walk on the wild side.
I like it.
Oh my God, help me! I think I got to work on that.
I'm gonna remember that one for Bob. I'll put that
please don't ever play that one again. It's terrible, awful.
Jazz beats?
No, me playing karaoke. Oh, whatever that thing was.
Well,
That freestyle rap.
Isn't karaoke, isn't it Japanese for empty orchestra?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
Or deaf orchestra or something like that.
Something not complimentary.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't think of anything worse than to hear somebody massacre a song.
Yeah.
Or your uncle who really sings well but sounds like Frank Sinatra reborn, standing up in front of people. I mean, the older you get, it's a kind of like, I don't know whether I don't know.
I love it. I just feel like it's such a good example of humanity across the board, because there's the people who are terrible at singing and don't know it and think they're amazing.
Yeah.
There's people who just love singing and know that they're not amazing but still want to get up and perform. And then there's the people who really are like, how did you not get a gold record and a singing career when you get up? Like, there's a guy in our neighborhood who used to do Neil Diamond, like at the corner bar. And you could close your eyes and you were at a live Neil Diamond show. He was fantastic. And he would perform like 3 or 4 times a night. On Saturdays, you'd get in the little book, and we would just go and get a pizza and a pitcher of beer and wait for the Neil Diamond guy to sing. Wow. So it was always super fun.
Yeah. If you go to Don't Tell Mama on 46th Street in New York and you like Broadway and you want to hear When You'll Never Walk Alone and those other hits from Carousel. 46th
Rick, when are we
Street.
going?
Sounds
like
it's
a
a
cage
piano
match.
bar. Yeah. Piano bar, and the waiters get up and sing.
Do they?
Yeah, and then there's
there's a piano
Stardust Diner on Broadway
I do like
as
a
well.
piano bar.
Yeah.
So there's a piano man and.
Oh yeah, they'll sing all kinds of songs, and the whole bar sings along, and then the waiters get up and they sing their latest song or whatever. There's an opera one as well in New York City that where folks sing opera.
Really?
And that's also fun. It's an Italian thing. But
Do you ever notice when you go to karaoke night that there's always somebody that sings a Journey song?
Yes.
A dirty song?
Journey.
Journey.
Is a
Always.
big karaoke.
Always.
Yes.
Oh.
People love that.
Yeah. There's always somebody
Don't
doing
stop
it.
believing.
Yep.
Oh yeah. No, I have to go to Frank Sinatra every time, because other than that, I can't think of any other arrangement. And it's arrangements. If you're going to sing, you sing arrangements by a great arranger, Nelson Riddle.
Yep.
But
I've also sang Cats in the Cradle and Taxi at one time from
God,
Harry
God.
Chapin.
Harry Chapin.
Yeah,
is great.
on a dare. So
Yeah.
it was,
Man.
If you have a few cocktails in you, you'll do almost anything.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, we haven't even talked about our books. Jessica Martin Realty, The Martin Hives are on Facebook.
Yep.
Rick Barry, the Children's Museum, Bob Plass, WestfieldOnWeekends.com. Tomorrow, there are still tickets available for our parent-child cupcakes, cookies, and community. And I'm going to play, last week was Herbie Hancock's birthday. We didn't get to play Chameleon. So I'm going to play a little bit of
Happy
Chameleon.
late birthday,
Yeah.
Herbie.
This is the band that live at Montreux doing Chameleon. It's a great song, and happy happy Passover, happy Ramadan, happy Easter week, and happy springtime, everyone. Get some, become a patriot and give some money to Ukrainian causes.
God bless them.
Help them. Yeah, so much. And see ya. Bye.
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 Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore.